Good morning, everyone. Dr. Suman from School of Business, SR University, Warangal. Today, I'm coming back with another session on marketing. An introductory part, how marketers try to create a customer value and customer satisfaction. So in this session, we would like to understand how this marketing activity is really necessary and what is its impact and other points. So the basic understanding of, we call it as a marketing in a changing world is the topic, creating customer value and satisfaction. The marketing is a process by which individuals and groups obtain what they need and want through creating and exchanging products and value with that of the others. So here, if you clearly understand, so it's a process where individuals means a customer and group, which means a company contains a group of people, obtain what they need. So individuals obtain what they need and want through creating. Who creates a company where it contains a group of people, creates products, and these are exchanged. The products which are created by the company people or the group of people in a company who produces a product, exchanges product to a certain value to the individual. So this is basically a broader perspective of marketing. So to brief it out, the customer has needs and wants. There are companies which contains group of people who design these products. They exchange the products with the customer. Customer in turn will pay a value. Today we call it as a money or a price for that particular product. Maybe in the earlier days, it might be a barter system. So there might be a conversion of value in other means. So that's a broader perspective, is a value. And in another way, marketing is the delivery of customer satisfaction and profit. Customer has a need, he wants to have that particular product to be delivered, then obviously, in return, he is going to give them a profit. So what are the core marketing concepts we are going to understand from this? We will see about how these needs and wants, what is a need, what is a want, and what is demand. We see what are the products and services. We see customer value, satisfaction, and quality. We see the words called market. We also see the words called exchange, transaction, and relationships as well. So today, we just try to understand these. What's a need? Need is basically, it's called as a state of felt deprivation. A state where you actually deprived of something. You doesn't have that. You're in a state where you want something. So you doesn't have a particular a solution to actually satisfy that particular need and want that is existed from you. For example, I am getting a headache. I don't have any solution for that. So in that case, it is a state of felt deprivation. I am deprived of a medical solution which actually kills my pain, but where it doesn't have. So somebody will come and try to resolve that need by producing a product. So here, including physical needs for food, social needs for belonging, and individual needs for self-expression. So it can be anything. Then wants are formed that a human need takes as shaped by culture or individual personality. So in the first case of need, actually, if you're really feeling thirsty, and thirsty is the example, so you can quench your thirst by just going around and figuring out the water and consuming it. Because water is the solution for that. Whereas in case of want is more than what a basic need is. So going for something extra luxury, extra privileged product based on your other factors which influence it. So instead of water, you're trying to have a Coca-Cola. So wants, we also know in our basic social sciences, we said needs are limited, whereas wants are unlimited. Demand, human wants backed by buying power. So people generally say that demand means how many people purchase this particular product. But it's not that exactly. Demand means it's a want backed by a buying power also. So they should have two components. A customer should need the product and a customer should have the purchasing capacity to procure that particular product. If I want to or anybody want to travel from our home to our place, I travel approximately 35 to 40 minutes every day in the morning and every day in the afternoon. How many people travel for an hour and a half every day in very, what you call, in metropolitan cities? Now, if somebody comes and say, would you like to reach your place in 10, 15 minutes, 10 minutes? Yes. How it's possible having a private chartered helicopter or a chartered flight? But that need is there. Yes, you really require it. But do you have the capacity to purchase it, maintain it? Obviously not. So we cannot say that the demand is. That's the reason we sell only a reasonable number or a low number of these chartered jets or helicopters. Otherwise, the number would have been more and more and more because everybody needs it, but they don't have a capacity to purchase the product. So what will satisfy customers' needs and wants? Obviously, if somebody has a need or a want, as a marketer, we address both. We have to address the basic needs of a customer, and we also should address the wants of a customer as well. So for this, what we are going to do, we are going to do either a product or a service. Products, anything that can be offered to a market to satisfy a need or a want. So anything that you want to offer to the market means a customer, a group of customers are called a market. A group of people, they might be existing across region, but they need a toothpaste for clearing their gum problems or sensitivity problems. So these group of people who had a common problem of having a sensitivity on the teeth. So these group of people, they might be existing wherever they are, but these are called market. Market for what? Market for the sensitive paste. So now we just try to understand. We just try to understand that we are offering a product is offered to them to satisfy their need or want of clearing that gum problem or their Sensodyne. What do you call? We call a product called Sensodyne in Indian market. So which actually satisfies that gum problem or sensitivity part of the problem. Now, services or activities basically or benefits offered for sale that are essentially intangible one. So the only thing is service is also a solution, but they are not seen. They can only be experienced action. For example, I want to get a loan for my vehicle to purchase because I want to commute on a daily basis to a nearby workplace. In that case, I want to have a loan, and who gives a loan? A banker gives a loan. Can I see the loan Can I see loan as a physical product? No, I can only experience it. So it is an intangible thing. Now you go to some what you call theme parks, and these theme parks, we are going there, experiencing it, and we are coming back. Physically, they are not seen much. And the other factor of service is where also ownership won't change. For example, you might be using Airtel mobile services or Geo mobile services, but you pay some money for it at the end of the month, but you're not owning the entire Airtel or Geo company. You might consume a gas, domestic gas cylinders, you must consume electricity, we pay some service charge to them, we don't use them actually, we don't own them actually. And as if you are a student, you're getting the services from an institution, but you're not owning the institution. If you're a patient, you're getting the services from an hospital, but you're not owning that hospital. That's what the meaning of services ownership will not change, but you can always experience their services by paying a value to them. There are a few examples like banking, airlines, haircuts, hotels, whatever you want to say. And the products includes also persons, places. Now, Goa can also be a place which you are going to experience. Persons can be also be marketed. Some Gurujis offering their own preachings by charging some amount. Organizations can also be a product. Activities, ideas, everything. So, what are the terms called customer value? Basically, a customer value is a difference between the value the customer gains from owning and using a product and the cost of obtaining the product. So customer experience that value a product. So difference between the value customer gains from owning and using the product and cost of obtaining the product. To simplify it, customer gains from owning it and obtaining the product. So for example, from this, let me give an example of an Indian market soap industry. We have got a Lux soap. For 125 grams, it costs 35 rupees. A Dove soap for 125 grams, it gives 55 rupees. And Mysore sandal almost costs the same, case of 65 rupees. Three different products. End of the day, the gram with the net weight is same. The purpose is almost similar of keeping us hygiene and health. But obviously, they deliver a different value. That's the reason the pricing for net weight is different. 35 rupees, 50 rupees, and 65 rupees. People like the sandal flavor, go with the high pricing of 65 rupees for 125 grams. People have a sensitive skin, use that. Dove with 55 rupees. A normal general product as a Lux, everybody uses with just 35. So everybody purpose. So now here, if you look at this, the value of customer gains may be sandal flavor or maybe sensitivity. And the cost of obtaining them is also different. They have a high cost, so high gains. So that's what every customer gives a value. Now look at about the economy class and also a executive or a business class in airways. Now, how does they differentiate? Because of the quality of the place you're sitting in, the space you have got, like space, the movement, the food and drinks that they serve, they differentiate. And obviously, the ticket price is more than what actually you're getting it. They are charging for an economy class passenger. So that's where we need to understand the differentiation factor of these. That is what, so based on customer gives a value for that. Why is paying that extra money for a business class? Is experiencing that extra value in the product that your service that you are offering in an airlines. So that he will always match. That is called customer value. Customer satisfaction depending on the product's perceived performance in delivering the value related to a buyer's expectations. So every customer spends a certain amount of money and want to realize his dream of satisfying the need or want. And he has a perceived expectation about the product. How does the product is going to help him? And if that expectation matches, the company delivers the same kind of expectation, what the customer has expected, they deliver the same service or satisfaction level, then obviously that's called a customer satisfaction, which means that the performance of product is equal to the customer expectation, then customer is satisfied. If the performance is less than the expectation, dissatisfied, more than the expected, it is delighted. So our end of any marketing or marketer's objective is to see that our customer should have that performance of our product should be more than what a customer actually expects. Then how do consumers obtain products and services? They exchange. The act of obtaining a desired object from someone by offering something such as money, another good, or a service in return. So exchange is the same process. You're seeing in the barter system, it's the same process. Now also it's exchange. We call it exchange. The product is exchange. Act of obtaining a desired object, whatever I want from someone by offering something. In return, you are going to give them money, a good, a service in return. In case of transactions, trade of values between parties. Now, when you get the transaction part, trade of value between parties. One party gives X to another party and gets Y in return. So they're only basically getting the other. Almost similar, but maybe product to product, we may think in this case of transactions part. Or in case of what you call in a B2B customer, we generally see the transactions takes place. Relationship marketing, building long-term relationship with valued customers, distributors, dealers, and suppliers. It is basically an evolving concept, ongoing concept. How do we maintain a relationship with our what you call customer and also our people who come with us in doing performing our business, whether we call them as a middleman or maybe our suppliers, whoever it is. So they all help us in delivering our product effectively to our customer. So this we call as a relationship marketing, which is very, very important to maintain with our customer, especially when you maintain the relationship with the customer. It is called customer relationship management. And we also maintain with distributors who deliver our product to the places, dealers, and also who supplies raw material to us. All these people are really, really required for us to make on. And when you look at build a network of relationship with key stakeholders, how do we have to maintain these key stakeholders in the marketing is definitely customer takes the best first part for whom we are existing, for whom we are manufacturing our product or a service and delivering to them with utmost care. Others are employees who understand our customer properly, design strategies, and also develop products and deliver to them. We have a third component is called supplier, basically who supply the raw materials for us, who supply the required equipment for us. For example, in case of an automobile industry where we are manufacturing cars, probably the car should have an AC. The AC component part, we don't do it, but rather we get it from suppliers who are perfect, who are what you call good at developing these AC units that we fix in our vehicle. And the same, whatever the material required for car, for each commodity, whatever we require, which is made. For example, if you're owning a tea company, the tea company needs a lot of these what you call tea leaves and breweries. So obviously, the raw material required to develop a tea or a coffee, you need to get it from your suppliers. That's right. We have distributors. Distributors are the people who actually take on our behalf to deliver at different place of time. So obviously, uh, you may not be existing across country or globe. So your product has to reach. You doesn't own any godowns across country. So on behalf of you, you tie up with a distributor. Distributor owns the space, who brings who takes, purchases your product, and also delivers to your customer on the or to the retailers or customers based on some commission you give to them. And the retailers are the people who actually get in touch with what you call a basic uh, with the end customer, the way the customer purchases the product, and this is actually what we call as a retailer. So, and so from where the customer procures a product for a retailer. So, retailer also engages in delivering a product to the customer by owning a space and a nominal percentage, a margin of price they give it. Ad agencies are the other people who publishes our product, our markets our product, publishes them, delivers in different forums, either print or electronic media. Then they design this advertisement part and go ahead. And many others includes like we may come across the people who can support us in our marketing network. There might be separate marketing agencies. There are what you call social media partners. There might be radio partners. So other people who actually take this help, and maybe some logistics companies who also deliver our products to the from company to the distributor, so and so. So there are a lot of other people who also help in the marketing network. So that's where this is a network which is very, very vital in delivering the quality marketing activity of our products. There are some relationship marketing tools which are also existing. Of course, this is not a this is not limited list, but these are some few. The goal is to deliver long-term value to customer. That's what we are aiming at. So because we just look at some of the quotations that it takes years to create a customer, but seconds to lose one. If you are not maintaining a proper relationship with the customer, you may lose your customer in a couple of seconds or a minutes. But at the same time, it is very hard work for you to create a customer or to have a long relationship with the customer. You need to work for years at times. The end of the day, this is to build a customer satisfaction and retain the customer with us for more number of time. The longer the customer retain with us, so that's where we get it. What we do for that, adding financial benefits, for example, in case of a airline, some frequent flyer programs, if he's flying very frequently, you can just give some 10% discount on this, 5% discount on his second visit in a month, and 10% discount on the third visit in a month, maybe some 25% discount on fourth visit in the same month if it falls. Or maybe in an annum, it takes somebody travels more than some 10 times. So obviously, from the next visit to end of the year, you can discount them 10 to 15%. Adding some social benefit that is focusing on individual needs and wants. If you're giving some extra benefit as well, a social benefit that you're focusing on the basic requirements of the individuals also. So you can see, for example, now when Book My Show gives you a ticket booking platform, but otherwise it also gives another benefit that somebody who can't climb the stairs to the higher ceiling or higher level of seating place, so he can view book his own ticket at the first or second row from the bottom, so that it will be easy for him to just go and sit in that place. Somebody who is crippling or maybe having problem with climbing this that particular levels of seating. So these are all social benefits which you can actually give in the application itself. You can see and you can book from where you can do it. Then adding a structural ties, that is a special equipment what you get for some structural benefit. If you are trying to deliver a product, or maybe for example, a robo which is cleaning the house, and if you give some additional equipments which can remove the corners dust, so those kind of things which actually make a lot of sense as well. So structurally, if you are doing any benefit, so that can be, now lift is one thing where you can have a structural benefit, so that you can actually seeking profitable customers who can be served effectively. Some customers who actually have a uh, now how do we actually identify those profitable customers? I was with some medical company some time back, and I know my products are definitely is a product of, it's a asthma inhaler. They are mostly what you call prescribed to the patients by chest physicians or normal general physicians. So my core profitable customer was only those. So 50% of my time I used to spend on only these 20% of customers whom actually are more privileged than doctors. The other rest of percentage of my activity of other 50%, I used to see a lot of other 80% of customers as well. But because we want to serve these people effectively, either promoting the product or giving some sampling activity and asking them to test, all these matters. And who purchase products and services? So who are going to purchase? Market buyers who share a particular need or want that can be satisfied through exchanges and relationships. So somebody has a need, obviously is a person who is going to purchase your product and service. There are some actual buyers who are actually purchasing now. The potential buyers who are actually similar needs they have, but they might be using some other product. They're not purchasing as of now. So how do we attract these potential customers? How do we make them these potential customers into actual potential buyers into actual buyers? That we have to make a change. And this is modern marketing system. Basically, if you look at the marketing system from the higher view or the top view, if you look at this top view actually contains of uh, uh, now we got a company over here. Our company, we are the marketers here. We have competitors who are also equally working with us. They have their own strategies to compete with us. We have our own strategies with them. And most of the time, both use marketing intermediaries who are called distributors, your retailers, people who make it. Then both of us, the competitor and our company also have some suppliers from where we procure raw materials, the materials required to develop a product. From there, we are actually procuring. And we compete each other in different strategies. Now you have to see the better supplier, qualitative product, supply raw material he has to produce, and compared to competitors, if we get from a cheaper price, so in that context, we can win over competition. And we both depend on marketing intermediaries to what you call sell our, remake our products to reach the end customer, either by name of a distributor or a dealer or a retailer. Any one of them use the services, or maybe more of them, combination of these them, and it reaches to the end user market as end user in the market is there, customer is here. So from supplier to companies to through intermediaries, we're developing this product. But in making these, lot of environmental factors also make an influence. So there are a lot of marketing environmental factors which make sense. A product which is having high privilege in Western world may not be performing well in India or the subcontinent like India or Middle East or Asia. Similarly, vice versa, it can, because it all depends on the environment what we are delivering. Market management is a basic term or a specialization in business, or you can say a basic course in the program of business, or the program of MBA program or a BBA program. So what exactly is it is? The analysis, planning, implementation, and control of programs. So you need to analyze the environment or the scenario. You have to plan the scenario, but implement it, and see whether you're going in the right direction to control that. Designed to create, build, and maintain beneficial exchanges with target buyers to achieve organization objectives. A company has some objectives to meet, end of the day, that can result in profits. How we are going to do that? By making an exchange of a product with our target buyers. For that, what we do, we create a product, we build a product in the market, and we maintain the product consistently in the market by satisfying our customer. So to do all of these, we need to analyze it, we need to plan, we need to implement, we need to control. Unless I don't do this activity of analyzing, planning, and implementing of all my things, like how do I design a product, how do I build a brand, how do I maintain some a customer satisfaction levels with my target buyers, is all about marketing. So it's a very, very complex term, very complex thought. So demand management is finding and increasing demand, also changing or reducing demand. So how do you manage? So demand management can be controlled to some extent by your supply factor, and also by making price reduction, so, or increasing, so vice versa, depending on. If you have unable to meet a demand that is generated, the requirement of the product, so obviously you can increase the price so that you can control it. So this management of demand can be, obviously, can maintain it. So there is a concept called there's a concept called production concept. There are philosophies which has evolved over a period of time. So as we move days forward, so the new concepts are coming up. Now, production concept in the initial days, they are only looking at basically how much we can produce, so how much we can distribute to our customer. They never bothered about uh, the quality or the product kind of a thing. So whatever I have as a company, I used to produce it and I need to sell it. Because the concept is there are very few product producers or manufacturers or sellers, and whatever we are selling, people will accept it. So in the concept, my only concept was how much volume I can produce. And second, after that, it evolved the product concept. So then people said that no, 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 if we are good qualitative product, people only. As more number of sellers increased, so few number of sellers increased. So then they thought it's not only just what we have, but it should be product should have a quality, product should have a good features, then only people will purchase. Third one is a selling concept. Then again, people came, then how do we again, good number of sellers are there, how do we compete? The one factor came is the more we give a discount, so the more we give an offer, then end of the day we have to sell. So I produce it and I want to sell a more number. So we doesn't product about the other factors, making it. Then slowly marketing concept came behind all this. Marketing is focusing on all, right from need, wants of our target customer till the delivery of satisfaction to our customer. So it identifies from the what is the need of a customer, how much do we actually do, and what we can, how we can satisfy them. So we are understanding the customer properly, designing a product to fit their needs by including features, quality, design, attributes required for the customer in the product. And last, we also see a societal marketing concept where the social concern about the market and in general is also required, right? So thank you for all of you for to going through this video. So we'll come back with more sessions in the coming time. Thank you. Have a good time.